Hey soldiers, welcome to our beginner guide to the support class. This video is really dedicated to folks that are coming over to the game. Maybe you get it for, one of the holidays that's coming up, etc. You haven't really tried much of the support class. I want to try to give you kind of a quick rundown of the things you need to know about the class to get you off and running in the right direction. The support class can be played just like all classes in a variety of fashions. The intent for the base version of the support class is really to do exactly what it says. You're supporting your teammates. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that playstyle. We'll jump into some gameplay footage in just a moment. I want to explain a couple of things to know about your class going into things. With every class, click on the view details so you can understand the signature set of details and then the training pathway. So the signature set, I think King is the supply bag. It lets you regenerate health. It helps your teammates regenerate health, supplies them with ammunition. If you have good assault players, they will burn through ammo pretty quickly. And so having a supply bag is really handy because they're good at taking down enemies. The light machine gun proficiency, the first half is good. The faster transition to aim down sights, that's going to come into a huge play as we get deeper into our support play style. The no sprint penalty isn't super important because you're going to tend to learn to run with not your gun out, but your defib paddles or your knife, so you can get places faster. For field sustainment, yeah, that's pretty cool. They can come and grab ammo off you, but that's awesome. Now, in terms of the training pathway, this is really key for your role as reviving teammates. You can drag soldiers faster, so when they go down, you can run over, you can grab them, and you can start dragging them towards you or out of enemy fire so that you can revive them. You have a faster revive, and as your squad increases, like you'll start at level 0, you'll get to level 1, 2, 3, etc. within a round. As you complete objectives, you complete squad orders, you kill enemies, resupply, etc. All the experience you have helps you level up those particular traits as you roll through in individual matches. Just want to give a quick shout out. There is another pathway, the fire support pathway. You don't see a lot of people running it because it's kind of a niche sort of pathway. I find I run this when I play the King of the Hill mode, mainly because I'm going to get on the objective and people are going to be lobbing grenades like crazy. So the explosives resistance helps you survive a little bit longer with that. Then there's a particular particular tool that we're going to also put in our kit to help us with that in a moment. But beyond that, I don't really find I do much of this. Sometimes I'll roll this particular pathway if I'm supporting some engineers that are behind a tank, etc., or trying to fight some armor. Like Breakthrough, for example, is a nice mode that you might want to run this particular thing because you're trying to keep your engineers alive who are keeping your tank alive if you're really thinking about squad play. And again, in the early part of your career as support, think carefully about squad play. It's a great way to enjoy the game and enjoy working together with other people. And then as you get deeper into your play, we'll talk about kind of this lone wolf attack because you are kind of like a one-man army in this. A couple of quick things about your gadgets. The defib paddles are pretty much a standard on everything I run with it. And then as you can see, I clicked out of too fast. As you see, you can just click them once. You'll revive a teammate. They'll have half their health. If you charge your paddles, hold down until they beep at you and then revive a teammate, they will come up with full health. So best advice I can give to you is, as much as possible, charge those paddles. You remember how I said the King of the Hill has a particular gadget that might be useful? This is it, the grenade intercept system. Because you're camping out on an objective, people are lobbing grenades like crazy at you, firing everything they got. This would be a useful tool to help you survive a little bit longer when you're playing King of the Hill. But apart from that, I don't really run it. I don't use the missile intercept system. Usually people are firing missiles at a vehicle, and so the vehicles tend to move, and I tend not to be camping long enough for a vehicle to be firing at missiles at me where I would actually need this part. Mortar is very useful, again, when that breakthrough mode, because inside a breakthrough, people are going to be clustering up behind things, and so you'll see a lot of people run the portable mortar in there. Smoke I tend not to use unless I'm doing battle royale type stuff. So there you have it. I would say stick with the defibrillator paddles, and then obviously get your deployable cover, because that's going to come into play in a little bit. In the early part of your play, the smoke grenade is key. I would say even into the latter part when you're doing a little more one-man army type stuff, smoke's a little bit more difficult because it's kind of giving away your position. I find sometimes I'm going to use the incendiary grenade or the frag grenade to try to clear off an objective while I'm trying to capture it. But feel free to run the smoke grenade. It is hugely helpful for your teammates to be able to have some covers when we're out in the open. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. So quick thing about your guns, remember the LMG is your signature weapon. It just means you can aim down sights faster, which is will come into play a lot when we use a different weapon, but the base LMG is a very well balanced LMG. Matter of fact, in all of your categories, the very first weapon they give you, it's a good, well-balanced weapon. It will get the job done. You don't have to feel ashamed about using it. It's really solid. There are other weapons in the category that will do different things better or worse, depending on the scenario. We'll talk about that in a gun guide. So I would definitely recommend, let's use the L110. It's a great one. If your gameplay style is you want to be kind of in the middle of the pack, kind of hanging back a little bit as you're getting feel of the game, the L110 is a great weapon for you. If you're wanting to kind of be in the middle of all the fire, maybe you're used to a first-person shooter, want to dive into it, feel free to grab the M4A1. A quick note, the attachments that you're eventually going to put on your gun will radically change the way the gun feels and shoots. And so just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm going to roll the L110 at the beginning. There are no attachments on this one. We're just going to use it raw for a while. Speaking of which, let me just back out. I just want to show you one quick thing. When you come down to multiplayer, if you're early on in things, to unlock attachments, because again, they can greatly impact the way your gun plays, use casual breakthrough. If you're first in things, it's the fastest way to try to level up some of your weapons. Unlock attachments. The better attachments makes your gun better, makes you kill more and die less, and leads to more fun. And then I would strongly encourage you, the support class is just a lot of fun to play in both Conquest and Escalation. Conquest, the flags are pretty static, the map is pretty static, so you can kind of get a good feel for it. Escalation's like a shrinking version of Conquest that'll start out large and end up being really close quarters. I like it for the variety, but if you're first starting out, feel free to do the casual breakthrough. You're gonna be fighting at a lot of bots, so there's a lot of forgiveness as you're trying to learn how to shoot your gun, how to unlock attachments, etc., how to play your class. But then we're gonna do a Conquest. Actually, I'm gonna pick a specific map to show you some gameplay in the next part of the video. So there's the first half of it to help you understand the base around your class.